Um, Hi. This is second. This is I don't know my first on face to face video. Um, Today I just want to talk about how stress how it affects our lives. It's not just that it affects us, but it also affects people around us. It's something that could be helped. It's not like, oh, you're stressed out, it's like it's a disease. No, there's always some way to de-stress ourselves, like referring back to Michelle Phan's how to de-stress yourself. One way I do it is I go out. Since I live in apartments, I live on the second floor, so I just walk out into the balcony and I just look stars. You might not think about it, but stars are really for me they're kind of magical. Not in the sense that a wish will come true, because sometimes like yeah, you could wish for something and it will come true. But like I was saying, yeah, there's no the scenery at night. Not a lot of people get to admire because you do live. Well, I live in the city, and it's not easy to find a good place. But like any little shine, any small little prickle of a star could actually lighten you up. You're like, it's so I don't know even how to put it because it all depends on how you look at it. I love my sister. Um, it all depends. Not just saying that it won't come true. Like people do wish on stars and they do get their wishes come true, but also like just the look of the night because not a lot of people get to admire it because we are asleep. We don't think about it as a scenery. We just think about it as like, oh, time to bed, good night. It's like no, you have to learn how to like admire things that you would never admire before. Like today in the night, while I was waiting to getting picked up, I saw the moon with a beautiful brownish shadow around it, and it's like the first time it happened, and I couldn't wait and I had to take pictures because you may never know when it might come back again. You might be asleep when you took that picture. You could have been asleep, or you could have been doing something else, and you're not going to be able to see that again. That's why you that's why I take pictures. Also, another way to distressing is finding a small hobby. For me, it was looking, searching different languages. My native tongue is Spanish, which my name is originally Spanish. It's even though the name is Egyptian, because it's Osiris Garzon. Um, the last name is French, but yes, I'm from Hispanic background. Both my parents are Mexican, and the thing is that just knowing Spanish and English, it is good. But for me, it was like, okay, I just know these two languages. Might as well learn a third or even a fourth language because you may never know when you're gonna want to go travel around the world and you're gonna need to know a different language. I know Spanish and English have become universal, but like no one, you find a lot of people everywhere. They might not understand Spanish, they might not understand English, and you might not understand their language. So the first language I ended up taking up was French. And yeah, my last name is a little French. Um, But I don't know, it just started hitting me. Friends, just the romance behind the language itself. And then the second language I started was Korean. And that one has been in my whole vocabulary. Like, I'm still learning. It has been a hobby. I have been learning it for quite a few years. So far it's been 5 years because it has been a while since I graduated high school, and I started in high school by myself. It all started just by hearing different kinds of music. Right now, most of the time, people think that if you hear to a rap song, you're a person who just likes rap. And it's like, well, yeah, you might like rap, but not all the time you're gonna want to be hearing to rap music because let's face it, rap does have a fast beat, and for some people, it's not easy to like I don't know, like refocus yourself, huh? To like let go, just let everything leave, like just think of nothing and just be by yourself. Not saying that you have to be physically by yourself, but you yourself, you need some internal time just to relax. Just don't think about anything. Going back to Michelle, which she does uses like she has a chime. Then of course you could also find weather sounds on YouTube, on I don't know, whichever app you use. But yeah, you can find them online, download them to your phone, and whenever you need some alone time, start hearing to that. Even though you're around a lot of people, you could still be by yourself. And it's not like, oh, she's a loner in between all these people. It's like, no, you need just some alone time. Just to like refocus yourself. Then again, for me, I do get a lot of people who tell me they're like, oh, you're so calm when it comes to finals. Now that over at my school in Cerritos, um finals are coming up like this week and next week. We have pure finals. And a lot of people they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so stressed. Like this and that. I have this due, I have this due, I have two exams the same day, one after the other." And it's like, "No, you have to chill. You stress is good up to a point where you start changing because not to tell you the truth, stress does make you sometimes break out, sometimes gain a little weight, lose weight, but that's not the point. The point is that you have to be relaxed by yourself. Because if you're stressing out while you're taking an exam, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like I just messed up on this exam because I was focusing too much on the other one. It's like, take your time. Yes, you do want to do your best when it comes to school, but also you want to do your best with yourself because if internally you're good by if you're good meaning that you feel safe by yourself, you know that you're capable of doing it, you're going to be able to control yourself. Also, I always go back to the yin yang where there's always have to be a little bit of good and evil, and there's always have to be a little evil and good. That's always the balance. You don't want to be too stressed out and just have a like let's say all this is stress, and you do not want just want to have like this little bit of pure calmness. But then again, you don't want to have let me use my hair for it to be a bit more realistic or whatever. Um, you don't want to have ideally you want to have this amount of stress, but with like all this of I don't know all this of pure calmness, and it's like no, you always need a balance yourself physically, emotionally, psychologically, talk to someone. um Another way of distressing yourself, you have a lot of problems but you don't feel comfortable saying them out to someone who has been your friend for so many years. You just like you're not ready to open up. Keep a diary. Keep little notes. Do little notes by yourself. Keep a diary. If you need a diary, go for it. I still have one. I'm 19 years old and I still use a diary. Um, but my diaries have started from a Tinkerbell diary. I think I have one. Just, I need to find it. And guess what? I found it. See, this used to be my little diary back in middle school, and I haven't filled it up because there was a time that I stopped writing. This is what from 2000. Yeah, I stopped writing. I still have a lot of paper though. I am gonna continue. This is one. I do have another one, but I don't know where it's at. It's Strand. Actually, no, I found another one. This one was an earlier one, though. Back when I was like a fifth grader, this was my diary, which I can't open. There we go. Oh my god, all these papers are falling. Like, see, I still have all these are like little things I used to write, and I used to write to the little princesses up here because that's how I was. I always wanted to be a little princess. But see, I would grow older. All these pages are still clean. Moved into my Tinkerbell one. Pages are still clean, but I stopped writing, and that's when a lot of stress started to pop out. Um, just sorry, if I'm a little distracted. Closing this up. Yeah, but if you need someone to talk to, but you don't have someone physically, there's always a book. There's always a notebook. Find an empty notebook. Find spare pages. Make your own notebook. I don't know, but try to write something. If you write something daily, you're gonna feel less stress. That's how I see it. Also, candles. I play with stuffed animals still. 19 years old, again. And you're never too old to have a stuffed animal. I have a bunch, just to tell you this. I have over 15 stuffed animals. These are some. This one and this one plus this one. I got them at a church fair. And this one, I've been having this little bear. Oh, this book. Um, I've been having this little look USC Trojan bear. Yay! Right on. I've been having this bear since I was middle school. It's it's been with me for quite some time. Then again, this is something else. I'll show you this later. But yeah, I have stuffed animals. If you're too stressed out and you just want to punch something, you want to let everything out, de-stress, but do not stress about hitting something. Like, grab a pillow, grab a one of your fluffiest stuffed animals. Like my hat. I'm kidding. But yeah, just do whatever makes you feel happy. He doesn't want to stay. He doesn't want to be happy. Anyhow, yeah, just be safe about it. Don't let your health get into it because then it will be difficult. Go out for walks whenever you have time. Doesn't have to be a long walk. It just if you need to be alone, go ahead, be alone. Go walk. If you want to do a 3 mile walk, go ahead and do a 3 mile walk. If you want to do a 10-second walk, you're like, I just need some damn air. Walk out from wherever you are and get a 10-second break. Go ahead. Anything that will help you do a de stressing. Because that's all. life is made up of stress. If we didn't have stress, it would be like a boring life. But then again, you cannot have too much stress where it's taking over you. There are other kind of stress when it comes to relationships, but that'll be another video because that does take a long time, a bit more longer. But yeah, it's just whatever you feel like it. If you feel like screaming, go ahead and scream. If you feel like dancing, go ahead and dance. Do it like nobody's watching. Who cares if you don't know how to sing and you want to sing? Go ahead. Let the world talk. Also, don't let people's comments get to you. Because I will be sharing a few things that has happened to me, but all in good time. But there was this one time that I let stress get to me, um, physically and emotionally and psychologically. Um, I wasn't eating my ninth grade year. Uh, every day, I would not eat breakfast. I would not eat the school lunch. I would say after school, I did join the clubs, but I wouldn't eat their snacks. So yeah, getting home 6:30 in the afternoon. Um, all I'd eat is a bowl of cereal. Yeah, that's it. For the whole day, I would be drinking just pure water, but I would not eat anything. I would not want to eat school cafeteria food because honestly, our cafeteria food was the worst thing ever. I'm not exaggerating, even though some of the food later on. But yeah, it's not that stress triggered a lot of things. I did start to gain weight after 2 years of running marathons. Then I stopped. Um, I started gaining weight on that, and due to the stress, I did have a moment of cutting. I did cut myself. I admit it. I used to cut myself, but not anymore. Um, uh, those scars are prac- practically gone. They're still there. I could see them. I know where I cut myself. There's some that are visible, but try not to get to that. For me, it was a rough road coming back, but I made it. I made it with friends, with my family. My mom didn't know I cut myself, but she kind of figured out that I wasn't myself. But leading back, that's one trigger that could happen if you don't take care of yourself. If you don't take care of your stress, if you don't take care of what you are or who you are, anything could come back, no matter what. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Um, how my family says it in Spanish. I'll translate also in English. Be yourself like a bar of soap. Just have everything slip out. Let comments, bad comments slip, negative things slip. You think you're ugly, let that slip. Because the only ugly person is a person who doesn't realize it. Okay? And let everything slide. No one's perfect. Remember that. I'm not perfect. My parents are not perfect. My sister's not perfect. My friends are not perfect. It just remember that no one's perfect in this life, so don't worry about whatever people, what anything, anyone says about you. Because if they want to say something, it's because they truly do not know who they are in the inside. They just want to attack someone else for them to feel better. But literally, they're not the ones who like themselves or love themselves. Not in a conceited way, but they don't love themselves. Not in any reason, anything at all. So just remember that. take care of yourself. Don't let anything get to you. If it does, talk to someone, write it out. If it's a negative comment that you have on yourself, go ahead, write it down, rip it. I haven't done this, telling you the truth. I haven't done this, but I do write it and I scratch it out. I write it with pen, write it to be permanent. Grab another color pen, darker than the other one, and just scratch it out. Whatever it is, scratch it. Any negative thoughts you have on yourself, scratch it. It's not worth it. That's one way you could also just distress yourself. Get rid of all the negative comments. I'm saying it in Spanish. Hace como un barrite de jabón que todo se te resbale. No importa. But if it's constructive, don't let that slip. You will need it sooner or later. Okay? See you guys next time. Bye.